We wanted the concept of unlimited internet, which we said that nobody was providing at the time at which we started the company, and provided for at least an affordable amount. My name is Kendall Anai. I'm the CEO and founder of Tizeti Network Limited.
Necessity, they say, is the mother of invention. For tech entrepreneurs Kendall Anai and Ifeanyi Okonkwo, this apothegm couldn't be more true. They had set out to establish a video curation company to be the Netflix of Nigeria. They, however, hit a roadblock. They lacked fast and affordable internet service to run their business. Realizing the magnitude of the challenge, they decided to abandon the original plan and solve the internet problem instead.
Our core service is the Wi-Fi.com.ng service, which is an unlimited internet service that you subscribe for it starts at about 9,500 Naira a month, and you can browse all you want. And it's really the most affordable unlimited service you can have in Nigeria today.
Venturing into a capital-intensive business as this isn't easy without external funding. But Kendall did the unthinkable. He turned down an investment offer, deciding to bootstrap and figure it out on his own.
So I talked to an investor, EcoVC, at the time, and then luckily for us, we got a term sheet, but we weren't too sure about taking an investment at that time. So we kind of turned it down and said it's better we keep going on our own till we figured it out a lot more. So we spent between 2014 and 2016 just bootstrapping the business. So basically when new customers come in, the profits from that, we use that to build another tower. And we had covered the entire, more or less the Lekki area, the main island part of Lekki and Ikoyi, Dolphin.
In 2016, Kendall decided to take a shot at fundraising. They participated in the Startup Acceleration Program and raised $2.1 million from Y Combinator in March 2017.
And in 2016, luckily for us, Y Combinator, which is the biggest accelerator in Silicon Valley, was coming down to Nigeria for an event. And we, at the time, thought that we were bigger than what we can get seed for. And since we had grown the business significantly, grown it a little bit beyond where we thought we were going to need to go to an accelerator. But we just said, well, let's provide the internet for the events that they were having to talk about the benefits of applying to Y Combinator. And after the event, I walked up to the CEO of Y Combinator, called Michael Sibel, and then pitched the idea to him of what we're doing. So he looked, I was like, oh wow, this is really nice that I should apply to Y Combinator. That doesn't matter the size, we're still an early stage company, right? So we applied to Y Combinator, we got into Y Combinator. Then we had to go to Silicon Valley for 3 months as part of the program. And after the program, we demoed to some of the top investors in the world, and we got a seed funding. We raised $2.1 million at that time. This was 2017, in March 2017. And then so we now had more capital to actually grow the business. So we now started expanding in the mainland.
With a steady footing in the ISP business in Nigeria, Facebook partnered Tizeti to boost Nigerians' access to the internet. This new partnership blew up their numbers in terms of coverage and network capacity.
Facebook has a huge focus in trying to improve internet service, the delivery of internet service. So they're looking for a partner that provides internet service in Nigeria. And today, if you Google unlimited internet in Nigeria, Tizeti actually is the first, Wi-Fi.com.ng is the first site that comes up, which shows you from Google search ranks that a lot of people end up, when you search for unlimited internet in Nigeria, they end up at our sites, and that's how they sign up. So they're looking for a partner to actually go into partnership to deploy service. And because we're one of the smaller companies that are deploying internet, but also the fastest growing. So you want a company that can quickly deploy and you can get the impact of whatever project or partnership you guys go into. And that's one of the reasons that they partnered with us to get deploy the service that we're having in partnership with them.
Tizeti offers just one unlimited internet plan rather than several plans with different features and prices.
So it's just one plan. That's why. So it's not because so there's no cap. So if we had various caps, then you would have more expensive plan. The only other plans we have are for the businesses. For the businesses, it starts at 15,000 naira. So the one for businesses, because businesses have a higher service level requirements, they want faster resolution of issues. They have a lot more users, so we give them a beefier router versus the residential customers. That's the basic difference between them. So based on the number of users they have using the unlimited internet, so that it doesn't slow down. Obviously, you don't want 100 people accessing internet for one person. So there's for a family, a typical family is 6 to 7 people, and maybe 2 devices each, 14. But a business, it starts from about 10 users, right? And each of the users will have 2 or 3 phones. So the business has more capacity than the residential customers. So.
Tizeti continued to grow its operation across Nigeria with 270 staff members from its branches in Marwa, Lekki and Yaba. They have expanded from installing just one Wi-Fi tower in Lekki in 2013 to having almost 100 towers in Lagos alone in 2018.
We have 80 towers in Lagos, in Lekki, around Lekki area, Shangotedo. We have in Dolphin area of Ikoyi. We have in Awolowo Road. We have towers in Bagada, Surulere, Magodo, around the Ikeja. We're also expanding into Enapaja and Yaba, where we started in the mainland.
Kendall admits missteps in the early stage of running the business, realizing later that he could save money through innovation.
We didn't know we could do things differently, right? So the first tower we built it exactly like the way the telecom providers did. We built a tower, we built a house to house staff there, and generators to run the first tower. But no sooner had we started, we now started seeing the issues with generators, which are normal issues. If you maintain it, that's good, but you have problems where they break down, and you have to get a mechanic. So we had a situation where the mechanic was coming very frequently, and it was causing a lot of downtime for the service. We also saw that we had to deal with a lot of issues trying to get diesel to the generator every couple of days, and turn it on and turn it off, and turn on the inverter. So we quickly realized that power was going to be a bigger issue than any other thing than we had imagined at the start of the business. So we got innovative with it, and that's how we stumbled upon using solar to power the towers, and that has been huge for us.
200,000 Nigerians access Wi-Fi.com every day, but Kendall says the figures could be higher with government help.
Right of way for fiber will be one of them. Availability of cheaper spectrum will be the second one. And well, on the power is power, not necessarily government, but if there's more improved power, it will help everyone across the country, not just the internet providers.
Kendall's vision is to provide internet access for the African continent and not just Nigerians. They're already in talks with the Ghanaian government to make it a reality.
So we have 2 funds where we're expanding. We're expanding to another country. So we've applied to the Ghanaian government for an internet license. So we intend to make Accra our next city, next formal city we'll expand. And then within Nigeria, we're also going to the next neighboring city to Lagos, which is Ogun State. So we've already started the groundwork for extending our service to Ogun State. Our plan is also to set up additional subsidiaries across multiple African countries. Because usually clearing regulatory takes a long time. You apply to the government, it takes so long. So we want to set up all of the subsidiaries so that we have that corporate structure ready, and then apply for the licenses we need in all the individual countries, because telecoms is more regulated industry, and it takes time to go through that process. So we want to start very early and be able to be in multiple countries, so that by our next round of financing, we'll just be rolling out to all these other cities across English-speaking West African countries, and then French-speaking West African countries, while still simultaneously growing within Nigeria.
To young and aspiring entrepreneurs, here's what Kendall has to say.
Just start. So most people do a lot of analysis, they modeling, talking to people and all of that, but never actually take a shot at it, right? We just took a shot at it. We didn't even know how big it would turn out to, right? I was even still working at the time at which I started it. If you have an idea, just experiment small, start small. The way we started with a small estate, right? And then you never know where that can take you to. Because if you think you know everything about what you see, there's elements of just starting, being in the right place at the right time. We're in the right place, that's where Facebook was trying to do stuff, and if we had never started and we're still analyzing, oh no, we need to raise funding. No, just start small, whatever savings you have, and then just experiment. Over time, you will understand whether the idea would, over time, you will know whether it's a good idea. We already started the video on demand streaming service we're trying to run. if we did not even start it, we wouldn't have realized that, oh, there are bigger problems, that internet is the bigger problem, right? And then that's how we stumbled on the idea of the internet. And then if we did not start even just serving an estate, we didn't start with, oh, we're going to cover Africa, we're going to cover Ghana. No, we just started small, and from there we just kept on going. And that's how every business should think about it. You shouldn't overanalyze it, just already start. So that's my experience with that. Then secondly, keep your costs low, right? There's this belief, people that even raise money want to start spending a lot. No, from the get-go, have that culture of not spending, keeping your overheads very low, because that way, whatever money you raise will go a long way. Your runway will be more extended, right? So, and then it allows you to be creative. Then third one is spread out the word there. Get the word out there of what you're doing. We don't do that enough because we feel that marketing is expensive, right? As a small company, but that's not one thing I didn't do enough early on in the business. People need to know about the service, even if it's the one customer you're starting with. Let people know that you are actually doing this thing. It might be even as simple as your social media feeds, but let people know and have a small budget for marketing, no matter how small, on a regular basis. And even if it's Google ads, Facebook ads that you're doing, have that small marketing and get the word out there about what you're doing. You never know who can hear about you. It might even be an investor. It might be additional customers. But just now having that marketing, because people always trade that off with, oh, I don't have a lot of money, I'm starting small. No, have a small budget, no matter how small, but the capital you have a small budget for marketing.
40 million Nigerians are yet unconnected to the internet, but Tizeti is working to fill the gap. Tizeti's vision is to connect 10 million people to the internet in the next 5 years across multiple countries. Already, the company is projected to cover the entire Lagos state by February 2019, and with millions of funding from key investors, Tizeti is on its way to connecting Africa to the world.